Hello everyone, this is Boricua Binks and welcome back to Let's Play Aviary Attorney, which last time I actually streamed it live, so this will be a little different because now I'm going to be just recording it for this Let's Play. But yeah, it should be fun. Last time we had a lot of fun getting into the world of Ace Attorney in bird form. Birds and other animals. It's like Zootopia plus Ace Attorney. It's pretty cool. I like it a lot. I just need to try to figure out how to deal with all these French words and accents and stuff. That should be fun. So let's see if I press continue. Will I be okay? Yes, I think so. A new day, January 6th. Huh. It's funny. Last I played this was on New Year's Eve in 2022. Now I'm officially in January of 2023. So it's like, whoa, I'm almost like a few days off of being January 6th. So that's pretty cool. All right. So I believe we already did all of this. So we are at the point where now I just have to go to the trial. I don't know if there's any point in me going anywhere else. I mean, I could try. What would happen? Yeah, I thought so. Falcon, it's the trial day. Stop messing around. We need to head to the courthouse already. I was just... No, we're going to be late. Aw. Pretty much you just gotta go. Alright, let's go to the courthouse. Falcon and Sparrowson stand inside the marble portico of the Palais de Justice, awaiting the opening of the Tribunal de Grande Instance. Instance. I don't know. Are you nervous, Falcon? Yes. Ignore him. Do not respond. I could lie. No, I'm not nervous. Nope. We've got this case in the bag. Look at my feathers. See? Totally unruffled. Wow. Well, at least one of us is feeling confident. Monsieur Falcon, Petit Sparrowson. Is there anything you need me to do? No, we've got a handle on things. Falcon was just telling me how confident he was feeling about the case. That's wonderful. I just know you two will pull through. Let's move it along, fellas. Ah, I'll be watching from inside. Do your best for me, Monsieur Falcon. We will. Are we ready? Yeah, we're ready. Okay. I'm glad I said I wasn't nervous, because what if you called me out and be like, oh yeah, he's nervous. Alright, Judge Maxime. Ooh, what a long beak you have, Judge. Alright, settle down, everyone. Settle down. Is everybody here? J.J. Falcon present. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Rupert Robington present. The ready is prosecution, Your Honor. Oh, darn, that's not it. Oh gosh, where are my notes? Ha! I knew it! Knew what? Rupert and I went to Paris Law School together. He was in all of my classes, kind of my rival. Oh, was he smart? Pfft, no. He always scored the second worst marks in the class. Second worst? I can only assume that he bumbled through the final exams on the luck of his two rabbit's feet. Unless he's improved considerably, we might already have this trial in the bag. Ah, we have to have a a prosecutor for the first trial who's a bit of a mess. Kind of like our good old, the brothers, the Payne brothers.
That's good to know. But say, Sparrowson, if Rupert scored the second lowest marks in the class, then who scored the lowest?
I choose to exercise my right to not self-incriminate, which you already did right there, so yeah.
Here it is. Ahem. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
Are the jury all present?
Oh, there they are. Various kinds of animals. Oh, the doggy. Big hippo. That looks like a vulture right there. That's kind of scary. Vultures are kind of scary. Is this guy like a seal? Like a seal? I guess? I mean, that's kind of what he looks like. It's really hard to tell with some of them. And like a goat? Ram? A ram up there? Ostrich? Interesting. Judge Cornell? Oh, they're all judges? What?
All present and accounted for, Your Honor.
Hey, Falcon. I thought there were only 6 members of the jury for cases like this. Why do I count 8? Oh, that explains it. Okay, got it.
Those two birds with the funny hats are assessors, the associate judges. Everything seems to be in order, so let us begin. The court is now in session for the trial of Dame Cataline de Miao. Prosecution, please call your first witness to the stand.
Oh gosh, are we there already? Okay, I choose to call the officer in charge of the murder investigation, Inspector Volarity, to the witness stand.
Inspector Volarity, please approach the stand and recite the oath.
Hey, is it our Gumshoe? Should I give him Gumshoe voice? I don't know. He seems more like he's more like another character from another franchise, which I don't want to talk about. But I don't think Gumshoe voice would suit him, so maybe an accent? Let's see.
As you will, Your Honor. I swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
Monsieur, no, Inspector, please state your, name and occupation for the record.
My name is Inspector Just Valerti. I am a servant to the law, a scourge of the gutter rats that plague this city. I have enforced the law for over 20 years, and I shall continue until I bring the infamous Viridian killer to justice. My path begins 18 years ago.
Sir, we didn't ask for your whole life story.
Let's stick to the questions, Inspector. Of course, Your Honor.
Oh, great. I was hoping we could have one of those bumbling, cuddly officers, but instead we're stuck with lawful goody two-shoes. I bet this guy would turn in his own mother if he saw her littering. Well, he's clearly a reference to, I forgot his name. The one from Les Miserables. The opposite to the main character, Jean Valjean. What's his name? Oh, that's gonna bother me. The one that Russell Crowe played, and they had like a really, really dramatic song. I can't remember. That's gonna bother me.
So, Inspector, is it true that you are the lead investigator on this case?
That is correct. I was also among the first to arrive at the scene of the crime.
Then perhaps you can walk us through what you witnessed upon your arrival.
Absolutely. Just after 7:30, we were alerted and brought to the scene by the housemaid of Baron Roege. At the scene of the crime, we found Dame Cataline de Miao. She was standing over the corpse of Monsieur Grenville with his blood on her paws. Oh. Well, that seems very incriminating.
Well, that sounds like an open and shut case in my humble opinion. No more questions, Your Honor.
Oh boy. Bloodied paws. Nobody told me that detail.
Keep it together, Falcon. You're about to be given the opportunity to cross-examine the witness. That's your opportunity to find flaws in the inspector's testimony.
Of course. I know this. I went to law school as well. You may begin your cross-examination, Monsieur Falcon.
All right. Cross-examine the witness to find flaws in his testimony. Select a key phrase that you find suspicious, and Falcon will press the witness for information. Ask the right questions to bring the truth to light. Avoid pressing for pointless details. The judge and jury don't like having their time wasted. Select a statement to question. Now, this is my number one part of this game that I think is going to be hard. The actual trial, because it's much more difficult than Ace Attorney. Because you don't know exactly what he's going to ask or talk about. Only certain parts just like, oh yeah, let me press on this. And compared to the Ace Attorney where you can pretty much press most of the time without a problem, unless they specifically say, don't press or else. This one, I think, pressing too much, like they said, would really screw us over. So, let's see. We were alerted and brought to the scene by the housemaid of Baron Rorge. At the scene of the crime, we found Dame Katerine. She was standing over the sliced open corpse of Monsieur Grenouille with blood on her paws. Before we... Okay, these are the characters. That's our money. This is our evidence. We've got the request, camera, the food, silverware. I don't know if that's really pertinent, though. The missing clock and this cigar. Okay. Okay, I mean, this is obviously the most important thing to talk about the blood on her paws.
Inspector, you say Dame Katerine had blood on her paws.
Correct. Blood clung to her fur like guilt to a convict. Whose blood was it? I mean, it's pretty obvious, right? How much blood was there, maybe? Are they even able to identify whose blood it was back then? Maybe I could say how much blood was there.
How much blood was there in the lady's paws, Inspector?
Enough for it to be clear that she had dirtied her hands on the victim's body. We noticed blood under the suspect's nails, around her fingertips, and even a little around her mouth. Her mouth?
Her mouth, how vile.
The inspector's answer seems pretty definitive.
Do you have another question about the blood on Dame Katerine's paws? Yes. Okay, we could do both then. Whose blood was it? I don't know if they can identify it, but...
Whose blood was it?
Ha! What a question! It was Monsieur Grenville's, of course.
How can you be so sure?
I object. This line of questioning is absurd. There was only one murder victim that night, Falcon. The blood on Dame Katerine's paws could have only belonged to one person, Monsieur Grenouille. Judge, Falcon's trying to delay the trial by asking pointless questions.
Oh, come on! See? They're gonna be strict.
I'm afraid the prosecution may have a point, Monsieur Falcon. Do you have any reason to suspect that the blood belonged to someone other than Monsieur Grenouille?
I think so. Because we're gonna go... That's why we had to talk about the meal, right? That she had a rare steak. That's why they also said it was on her mouth.
I do, Your Honor. Actually, I have more than suspicion. I have evidence that the blood on Dame Cataline's paws had nothing to do with the murder.
This is foolish time-wasting of Falcon. If the blood on Dame Cataline's paws didn't come from the victim, then where did the blood come from?
We're gonna say it came from the steak. The fact that they didn't have silverware, that is gonna be important, so.
On the evening of the murder, Dame Cataline ate a bloody rare steak.
Is this true, Monsieur Rabbington?
Well, in a manner of speaking, I suppose steak may have been on the menu.
Then, Inspector, would you acknowledge the possibility that the blood on the lady's paws did not belong to the victim, but to the steak?
Well,
Wait, don't answer that, Inspector.
Excuse me, you can't just do that.
it is a possibility.
No!
Intriguing, pretty convincing. Oh, you gained a little favor with the jury. Cool.
So, Inspector Volerti, is it possible that you arrested an innocent bystander simply for being a messy eater?
Now hold on just 1 minute, Falcon. You are overlooking something quite crucial. Dame Cataline is an elegant bourgeois kitten. She was no doubt brought up with flawless etiquette and perfect table manners. At the banquet, she would have eaten the steak with a fork in her left hand and a knife in her right, like any proper civilized animal. How could she have possibly gotten blood on her paws with such good manners?
You clearly didn't do your research, bruh, because we found out they didn't have frickin' silverware, so.
Oh, that is a good question. Or at least it would be at any ordinary dinner banquet. But as it happens, something was missing from that particular banquet. Something that forced Dame Cataline to eat with her paws.
Alright.
Dame Cataline was forced to eat steak with her paws because the silverware of the household had been previously stolen.
Stolen? I don't recall any mention of that in the police report.
We weren't aware of anything missing from the Rorgale residence when we performed the initial investigation. But as it happened, Baron Rorgale approached us about this very subject last night.
Ah,
Innocent, perhaps? What a twist. You gained a little favor with the jury. Oh, we got this in the bag, y'all.
What is the meaning of all this? Bloody steak? Misplaced silverware? Inspector, was your investigation so lax that you overlooked these basic facts in your initial report? Lax? My investigation? Judge, I assure you I am the most thorough investigative officer on the force.
Why are your hands like that, is my question. Like, is he missing hands? But then why does he have a cane? And how could he use it if he doesn't have a hand? That's what throws me off about him. I'm like, huh?
Then it is amazing that the Parisian police managed to solve any crimes at all. Oh,
Savage burn! I wish our judge would normally be that savage. Sparrow said, please.
oh dear.
be on your way, Inspector. Perhaps do a little inspecting for your next case.
Damn! Oh, this man is burned to a crisp. Y'all want to eat him? Is he like a... He's like a bird of some type, right? Can we have him for dinner? I don't know what kind of... Is he like a rooster? Like a chicken? We can have a chicken. Papa?
Fine, so be it. Messieurs, until next time. Prosecutor, I trust your next witness is ready.
Yes, of course, Your Honor. I call upon, let's see, Monsieur Rabitio Robinio, the photographer who attended the banquet on the night of the murder.
Monsieur Robitio Robinio, please approach the stand and recite the oath.
Okay, this fella. How does it go? I swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. It's a little cliche, to be perfectly honest.
Could the witness please introduce himself for the court record? Huh. As if anybody in this courtroom does not immediately recognize me. I am the great Monsieur Robitia Robinio, cutting-edge photographer and visionary.
Now, I would have loved to given him an Italian accent, but my accents, whenever I try Italian, it just turns like Spanish, Russian, like they all sound the same to me. So I'm like, whatever. I think Italian's the one accent I just give up on, for sure.
I don't just take people's pictures. I capture their very essence. Je suis l'artiste. Tu es un pipe. Pipe.
Is it pipe or pipe? I don't know.
You may have seen my works in hip magazines, Le Branche, or Say Chouette. I can send you tweets if you like.
Tweets. Ah, here we go.
What on earth is a tweet?
Bird-to-bird communication. Come on, Falcon. It's the 19th century. Get with the times already.
Yes, your works are very impressive, Monsieur Robinio. But let's get down to business. Could you tell us what your activities were on the night of the murder? Very well. I was hired by Baron Rorgay to capture the evening's events. I arrived at 7 in the evening. I pointed my camera and captured the beauty of the banquet in one fantastic photograph. Then I billed Baron Rorgay and left.
Like a true artist.
And with regards to the photograph itself, who did you photograph? I thought you might ask. I brought a copy so that you could all see for yourselves.
I thought it wouldn't be ready. But then we happened to see it and it looked a little contradictory, didn't it?
Oh, very good. Let's take a closer look.
Wait a minute. That's not what we saw when we were there in his studio. It was... This is what's weird, okay? I remember at the time I was saying, oh, how weird that we see the Demiaus, you know, him and his daughter, and then Colleen, but we didn't see the Baron. And now he has completely replaced Dame Cataline with Baron Rorgay. Like, how the hell did he even do that? You know?
My word, this is an exquisite picture, isn't it? So let's see, who do we have here? In the middle we see Baron Rorgay, the lion who hosted the event. On the left we see Signor Pertois de Miau, the father of the defendant, Dame Cataline. And finally we see the housemaid, Colleen Duhau, who I suspect may have snuck into the picture uninvited. As you can see, two people are clearly absent from the photograph. The first is the victim, Monsieur Gonui. The second is the defendant, Dame Cataline de Miau. Quite suspicious, wouldn't you agree?
Just a moment, Monsieur Rebbington. This proves nothing. So the defendant and the victim were not photographed with the others. That doesn't mean that they were in the garden together at that point.
Hold your horses, Falcon. I'm not done yet.
The prosecution may continue.
Behind the photograph subjects, we see a wall clock with the time set at
7:30. Another contradiction.
Now, why is that time significant? Well, as Inspector Valerti told us earlier, that was the exact time the murder took place.
This is all just this most fake, bogus picture I've ever seen.
Do you see, Falcon? Every suspect has an alibi at the time of the murder, save for Dame Cataline herself.
Falcon, something is fishy. In the jail cell, Dame Cataline told us that she was present when the photograph took place, but I don't see her in Robinio's photograph.
That's true, but I can't use Dame Cataline's testimony as evidence. It has too little weight. If I want to prove that Monsieur Rubinio's photograph is not a valid piece of evidence, I will have to dish out evidence of my own.
Which sucks because we couldn't bring the picture with us, you know? Um, I don't know if they would believe us of us just saying, yeah, we saw it and it didn't look like that.
Your Honor, I would like to cross-examine the witness.
Very well. The defense may proceed.
Huh. It's a waste of time if you ask me. Photographs are rock-solid evidence.
No, they're not. All right, select a statement or question. 7 p.m. Set up my camera. I mean, we know the issue is the photograph itself.
Let's take a closer look at the photograph.
Why is it in black and white? I'm not going to waste time asking that.
I see a mistake in the photograph. Just to clarify, Monsieur Robinio, photographs are a direct reflection of reality, are they not?
That is correct. The photographic process leaves no room for bias or inaccuracies. Liar.
That is most curious, because I see a mistake.
A mistake? Impossible. I just told you, monsieur. The camera is a perfect, unbiased device. The photographs it produces are flawless.
Falcon, I'm not seeing any mistakes. Perhaps you could be more specific?
Certainly.
Click on the area of the photograph that you believe contains a mistake. Well, obviously the Baron himself, but right now we're going to just go with what we can prove, which is the clock.
The clock in this photograph. There is something not right about it.
Well, isn't that convenient? The defense sees something wrong with the key piece of evidence that implicates his client.
Don't give me that cocky tone, Monsieur Rabbington. I have evidence that there's something wrong with the clock in that picture.
Yeah. Has no hands.
The photograph clearly shows the clock's hands pointing at 7 and 6.
That much is self-evident.
Which is most curious because the clock in the lounge of Chateau Crinière has no hands.
It has no hands. What? What nonsense is this?
The clock is merely a decorative piece, a talking item. Feel free to ask Baron Roerge or his housemaid if you have doubts. Monsieur Robinio, how do you explain this discrepancy?
Oh, snap. We got you.
I don't know. There must be some sort of mistake. The camera is flawless.
There is no mistake, monsieur. Your photograph depicts something that does not exist in the real world.
Maybe there was an error in the printing process.
An error precisely where the clock's hands should be. Please, monsieur, don't patronize us. Allow me to offer a more plausible explanation. You, Monsieur Robinio, edited this photograph. Before Adobe Photoshop even existed, you found a way.
Edited?
I'm no expert, but I suspect that you used paint or ink to carefully put hands upon the clock. It would have been a simple task, considering that the clock face was bare. One could even speculate that you specifically chose to include a handless clock in the photograph just to simplify the editing process.
Falcon, your reasoning is absurd. Why would the witness do such a thing?
Is it not obvious? By showing the photograph to have taken place at precisely 7:30, it clears all the photograph's subjects of suspicion. In other words, Monsieur Robinio created a perfect alibi.
Dun dun dun. I love that little chirp chirp, like a cricket chirping.
Of course, this raises further questions. Who is the witness protecting? And why? Was Monsieur Robinio coerced, bribed, threatened? Enough silence. Let's hear some answers, Monsieur Rubinio.
Fine, you got me. I'm guilty. I did it all.
You did it? You're confessing to the murder of Monsieur Grenouille.
What? No. I have no idea who killed the frog. I'm just admitting that. I'm guilty of producing fraudulent photographs. I was ordered to make changes to the printed photographs, and yes, that included adding hands to the clock.
You were ordered by whom?
I dare not say.
Monsieur Rubinio, I strongly advise you to answer the defense's question. You have pledged to speak without fear, after all.
With respect, Judge, I fear his claws more than I fear the punishment of the justice system. I shall name no names.
His claws, you say? His claws! Did you hear that, Falcon?
That is most unfortunate. Monsieur Rubinio, we cannot and shall not torture names out of you. We don't live under the ancient regime, after all. But since you have admitted to falsifying evidence, then we cannot keep you on the stand as a witness. Take your leave. You shall be charged with perjury in due course.
Yeah, that's right. You follow up on perjury in this world. I'm proud of you. I can't protest. That's the least I deserve for my failure as an artist. Good day, messieurs.
Intriguing. Pretty convincing. You gained a little favor with the jury. I should be frickin' winning this case already. Come on, man.
So the clock's hands were painted on. So what? It doesn't matter. The photograph still depicts Dame Cataline as absent close to the time of the murder. That's significant.
Don't be dense, Monsieur Rabington. If the photograph is not completely genuine, then it cannot be considered reliable evidence.
Why not? It's still a portrayal of the night's events.
Because if we accept that one part of the picture was edited, then we must accept the possibility that other parts were too. It is possible that Dame Cataline was painted out.
Yep.
Even worse, it is possible that another person was painted in. We know that the witness was trying to cover for someone, so all possibilities must be accounted for.
So what are you saying, Falcon? That the housemaid paid off the photographer? Or was it Signor Pertois de Miel, perhaps?
I don't think so. The housemaid lacks a means or motive, and it wouldn't make sense for Signor Pertois to implicate his own daughter.
Well, surely you're not suggesting that the honest and beloved Baron Rourgay deliberately tried to frame Dame Cataline? Because that would be the most outlandish theory yet. The Baron is a pillar of our community. He would never do such a thing.
Monsieur Rabington, I'm not here to throw accusations. That's the job of you, the prosecutor. However,
I think we should leave this episode right here.
oh boy, the man of the hour looks like he may be making an appearance next time.
So, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying this. And until next time, have a nice day. Bye.